Hello and welcome back to the White Sox franchise we've been doing on the channel. Quick little recap. We're in the middle of June and we're not doing that bad. We're 32 and 33, but that is last in the division. I think the AL Central just decided to pop off once again like they did last year. But we got issues, man. We got issues. I don't know how we're scoring all of our runs the way we're playing with this offense. Andrew Vaughn is doing terrible. Benintendi's actually doing okay, but only 6 home runs. It's not really much to write home about. Josh Rojas, not much of anything. Mike Tauchman has been our big star thus far, and we're gonna have to trade him because he's on an expiring contract and we just have to get something for him. Now, if the time comes in July and we're like actually above 500 somehow and we're fighting for a playoff spot, I still think we're gonna sell just because I'm more interested in the long-term success of this franchise. So it wouldn't really be a great idea to buy with a roster like this. Michael A. Taylor's got to go too. He's on an expiring contract. He's 33 years old. He's having a decent year. So we're going to find some teams that need outfield help because Tauchman, Austin Slater, see you later. I didn't even mean to rhyme that. Michael Taylor, they're all going to go. They're all going to go. We're only going to give up. We're only going to trade Andrew Benintendi if it makes sense. If a team really needs him. If he is OPSing like 750 to 775, maybe even 800 when it comes to mid-July, that's when we're going to unload him because it doesn't really make much sense otherwise. But we do have the draft in 34 days and we need a good draft desperately. We desperately need a good draft. Here's what we got going for us in this coming week. These are the two dudes we're scouting, but I am going to show you the guy who I want to take first overall. It is not this guy, Sam Campos. If I would love to take him, we obviously need pitching. I think we can always find some good pitchers in the draft. They're just so easy to scout. This is the guy, Richie Wynn. Drafting him would be such a win. My God, everything would be a win about this. He's 22 years old. Yes, the overall is not as high as you'd like to see, but the potential is going to be there, and he looks to be a very, very well-balanced hitter. I'm very excited. Very excited. I really hope he drops to us. We got the 10th overall pick. He's 8th on our board. He's 16th on the MLB board. He's going to be an A potential, and he could help us very, 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 very soon. So I'm very excited to hopefully see what he's all about. I mean, you look at our just overall, look at the field right there. I think my camera's blocking it. Just give me 2 seconds. My camera's is partially blocking it, but trust me when I say that first base and that the bullpen is horrible as well. A couple other guys we have to trade, Mike Clevenger and Martin Perez. So what we can look forward to in the near future, Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith, top prospects on the squad, are in AA and they're absolutely shoving. So once we do have our trades, we are going to bring them up to AAA. They're not going to be at the majors. They are going to be fast tracked. 2026 is when I plan to have them in the starting rotation. But right now, I just want to see them develop. And as far as top prospects in the hitting category, we don't really have too much, or the prospects we do have not really been improving all that much. Brain Montgomery, he's going down on the power. He's not really having a good year in AA. Let's see. I know Kyle Teal is actually having a very, very good year in AA. Edgar Cuero, he's having an okay year in AA. He's not really improving the way I'd like to see with the bat. Switch hitter, though, love to see that. Love me some switch hitters. But Kyle Teal, he has finally made himself up to the board. His hitting stats, his hitting attributes per se, are not really what you'd like to see at the major league level. He's going to end up being a decent defender. He's having a really, really good year in AA. I actually started him out in AAA, which I think why his attributes haven't risen as much as this kind of stat line, 880 OPS, would actually demand. But we're going to keep him in AA, and hopefully his attributes will keep going up. But anyway, that's the little recap. That's where we're at as a team, and that's the plan moving forward. So let's keep it rolling and see if we can win some games, or if we decide to lose, let's lose a bunch so we can get a high draft pick next year. Do I even have the I'm just going to make sure I have the critical custom game entry selected. I do. And okay, there we go. We're going to keep it moving. All right, so no situation for us that week, which is fine. Let's see what we got in the draft situation. I don't think I like this guy, Joaquin Mora, although the power could be legit. I think maybe we keep scouting him. Eric Huerta, he looks to be a more primary defender, but he is a switch hitter. I say maybe we just keep scouting him the full way. Actually, I don't. Let's see. We might keep Moro in there. Maybe. Actually, what is this guy looking like? Eloy Infante looks to be really, really good with the bat. I don't think he's going to be amazing just because his potential starts off at a 55. His potential starts off with a 55. Joe Watts kind of looks decent. This guy, his overall is higher than his potential, so that's a no-go. What about Mason Compton? Let's give him a look. Let's give him a look. I will scout Huerta till the end. That's what we'll do. That's what we will do. All right. We've gone on a little bit of a losing streak, which is okay. Gus Varland going to be out for a few days. We're going to keep him active. We do have injuries turned on. And for those of you who just popped in and haven't seen the previous stream or previous episodes I've uploaded, go watch them because something important happened opening day. And also, if you've made it this far, I do these live on YouTube. So if you ever see an episode, then make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to subscribe just so you can see, just so you can go watch the live if that's something you're interested in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very, very much. And consider subscribing if you want to see more. Right now, we are tied in the bottom of the ninth against the Blue Jays. Shane Smith is on the bump. We got to get out of this. 2 runners on. The Blue Jays are threatening. We are 27th in ERA. Our offense has been decent, though. Shane Smith, I think this is... Pitcher getting tired. It's only been 5. He's only thrown 5 pitches. Can we go to Penn Murphy? Our bullpen is thrashed, though. We're going to keep him in here. We're going to keep him in here. This could be a mistake. This could be a big mistake. This ump needs to be on my side. Oh, no. That's a good pitch. That's a good pitch. We also have personalized umps. Oh, that is... That's a strike? I thought it was a ball. My goodness. Okay. All right, then. That's going to miss up a bit. Can we backdoor this cutter, get him looking, freeze him? We do. That might have been a questionable call, too. Perfect. I'll take that. Don't care. Don't care. There we go, Dalton. We're going to return to simulating. And we're up by 1. Manford ball. Runner on second. Let's see if we can keep that runner stranded. I sure as hell hope we can. Let's go, Penn. That's in the dirt. That's not a great start. Not a great start whatsoever. That's a good pitch. We'll take that. Andres is 1 for 5 on the day. Bottom of the 10th. Let's keep that runner stranded. That's a bad miss. It's not competitive. I mean, oh no, that's not good. That's not good. That's a hanger. Please make that play. Make that play. Make that play. A 78 speed is going to beat that out. Our defender's he just doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the mobility necessary to make the play like that. I was going to reference he's not Jeter, which thankfully he's not. Statistically the worst fielding shortstop in the history of the game. I'm almost like, should we load the bases? But maybe since we're already 0-2 against the guy, maybe we try to get a strikeout, a big strikeout. That's a ball. Come on, Penn. Let's go back there again. Double up on that. That's a good foul tip. Maybe front door sinker. See if we can freeze him. That's not competitive enough. Maybe surprise him with an up-ended fastball. Maybe get a pop-up. That's a great pitch. Great spot. Strikeout from Penn Murphy. I do think we load the bases against Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He could do some damage for sure. Don't like that. Santander can do some damage as well, but I'll take my chances with him instead of Vlad. That's a bad miss. Bad miss, Mr. Umpire. Don't like that. That was not a makeup call. That was a strike. Don't you swipe that dirt, Anthony. It's a good pitch, man. We just don't want to walk in any runs, but we also don't want to give him anything super good to hit. That is something super good to hit. Can you get there? That's going to be a run. They're going to tie the game. And that's okay. That's okay. That was a hell of a play too. We left that way over the heart of the plate. Penn left that way over the heart of the plate. Not a great pitch, not a good location.
0-1.
We really need to get out of this inning though. We need Bo to chase something. He's only hitting $185 on the season. So he is not. Oh no, that's going to drop too. We didn't make that play. Make that play. He's going home. 78 speed. Gun him. Gun him. And that's a walk-off. That's a blooper walk-off. That is unfortunate. And things are starting to unravel here in Chicago. Well, we're in Toronto right now, but Chicago is starting to unravel just a tad. Man, that is rough. That is a very, very rough loss to losing a bloop like that. I would have rather had Santander's double or hit just land. You know, no one wants to give up a bloop walk-off. Just no one. And we were 1 game under 500, and now we're 8 games under 500, just like that. And in about a week, we're going to look to start selling. Absolutely going to look to start selling. Huerta might not be bad. I don't really necessarily like the hitting stats attributes per se, but having his potential 73 to 89 being a switch hitter, that's not terrible. That's not bad. Let's go look at someone else though. Let's peep someone else. We've scouted a ton of pitchers. Should we? I don't want to scout any relievers. Maybe this guy. This guy looks like a very, very well balanced catcher. He's healthy. This guy would probably fall to us, although I do want that third baseman. We got some good catchers in the farm system, so I would maybe scout someone else, a different position. This guy is going to have decent potential, probably 79 to 93, but he opted out of his doctor exam, so that's not a great look. It's not a good look, pal. Not a great look. Not really anyone I'm interested in second baseman, although the number 1 overall pick potentially is a second baseman, but he's not going to fall to us. But we will remember the name. We will remember the name just in case he does. Brent Abe, I kind of like that name. 6'2" righty, decent contact. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what it. Show me your stuff, pal. Show me your stuff. Third baseman. We got a couple. I mean, Matt Cruz and Richie Wynn are our dudes. Shortstops. This guy is, ooh, I like where Zach Hogue's potential is. Don't like necessarily where his overall is, but his fielding is legit. Anything with the bat could be just a bonus. Let's see what Zach has to offer. Let's see what he's got. Let's keep moving. Gus Farland no longer injured. Glad he healed up nice. Well done, training staff. Penn Murphy out 1 to 2 weeks. It's not terrible, but 15-day injured list is where it's at. We got to bring someone up. And who is doing well in the minors? Justin Anderson at 5 ERA. No, thank you. But that might be kind of on par for this White Sox team. Tyler Gilbert actually not doing bad at AAA. Yeah, we're going to do that. He's actually shoving at AAA, so we're going to move him to the majors. All right, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We got a big situation ahead of us. Bottom of the 8th, 2 outs against the D-backs. Kevin Ginkel on the bump. We got bases juice, though. Diamondbacks, who are very, very good on both sides. Jeez. They're top 6 in both fielding or pitching and hitting, so well done. As Corey Lee is going to get something over the heart of the plate, but he's not going to be on time. That's going to find the seats, unfortunately. Come on, Corey. Find a gap. Find a gap. That is a good slider right below the bottom of the zone. Come on, Corey. Battle here. Battle. Way to battle. Couldn't catch up to the 98. He's a little bit late on everything right now. Come on, Corey. Oh my God, he just blew that fastball right by him. He knew he wasn't going to catch up to it. Jeez. And we're going to end up losing that one. That was rather anticlimactic. Corey Lee, not seeing the ball very well in the inside half. Let's see if he can solve that moving forward. Very, very rough sort of situation. Chase Maydroth able to be, he's still going to keep on 60-day DL. Michael Turner no longer injured. Love that for us. All right, top 8th, 1 out. We are going up against the Giants. Let's see if we can get a dub here. Let's see if we can get a dub. Would love a dub here. Would love that for us.
Up next for the Giants. Left field.
Going up against Heliot Ramos, who's having a pretty decent year. Pretty solid year. And he's just a strong dude overall. Just a very, very strong dude overall. Let's see if we can get him to I'm kind of, oh my god, that's terrible. That's not even a bad spot. He just turns on it, and burns on it. Is that going to be bases clear double? Play at the plate, we're going to get him, but it's a tie game. He's done the damage. We are just lucky that, I mean, up and in, that's a decent spot if you look down to the bottom of the bottom left. Maybe it's not a perfect pitch, but it's a good enough pitch in my opinion. And there we go. We got Willie Adames to ground up to the shortstop, Colson Montgomery. Man, but they did the damage, and this is a tie game going into the 8th. Going into the bottom of the 8th, and then they come away with the dub. Bryce Eldridge hitting an RBI double. Man. Colson Montgomery did hit a bomb, though. Benintendi hit a bomb. So that is kind of important. Not kind of important. That's very important. We need Colson Montgomery to improve. We need Benintendi to hit so we can trade him. That's what I'm talking about. Well done. We did win the next one. So we did end up taking 2 out of 3 from Arizona. Let's go check our scouting. We have the opportunity to win the series against the Giants. Zach Hogue looks like he's going to be pretty good potential-wise, but that bat has something left to be desired. He's also 5'8", which, I mean, no disrespect to your short kings out there. I'm 5'9" 3/4 on a good day. But I'm really, really bad at hitting with shorter players. Although you're not supposed to know that I'm hitting in this, but just forget I said anything. Brent Abe looks really solid with the bat, solid with the glove. We're going to keep scouting him. I think we know what kind of player Zach Hogue is, so we're going to move on from him. Maybe go for an outfielder. William Nah, man, he looks so good. Maybe I should scout him and see what he's going to be like. He's 8th on the MLB board. I know I said I wanted that third baseman, but like, let's see what this guy turns into, because that guy is 22. This guy's 18. I don't know if the potential is going to be as high with William Nah, though. I have a feeling it's going to be not as high. I tried to pun there. It didn't work. Sorry. As we just get absolutely stomped by the Giants in game 3 of the series. My goodness. I'm very curious, if we're being honest. I just want to look at the box score. Willie Adames hit a bomb. Bryce Eldridge hit 2 bombs. Who pitched for us? Hopefully no one that we're trying to trade. Drew Thorpe didn't make it out of the first. And somehow his ERA only rose to 4.55. So that is, I mean, that's a rough game. Shane Smith pitched a scoreless inning, though, so we got that going for us, which is nice. Which is very nice. Now we get to go up against the Dodgers, who are not doing as well as you would think. We're going up against Ohtani. He is back pitching. But we do have a big moment. We have an opportunity to tie it here in LA. We are now 22nd in runs. We quickly fell off from like middle of the road, like 13th to 15th in run score, to 22nd in a matter of a week and a half or 2 weeks. So that is rough. Come on, Andrew. That's a good eye. Looks like just our team overall is starting to struggle at the plate, struggle on the mound. We're really missing Lou Bob. As Andrew's going to get underneath this one, and that is going to be the end of the game. That was a good pitch to hit. Andrew just got a little bit excited. Swung a little bit early. Looks like Shohei Ohtani probably got the win on that one. He did. 8 Ks, 3 walks, 3 earned. Not an amazing start, but a quality start nonetheless. Mike Tauchman, double, 2 RBI. Andrew Benintendi, 2 for 5. This is good. I think we're at the beginning of July right now. All right, let's start shopping them around. Let's start shopping them around. Let's see what Benintendi's doing. 274, 8 bombs. I feel like that's enough. Oh my God, he's almost at a 750 OPS. He's almost tradable. Almost tradable. 2 WAR is probably tradable if we're being real. Tauchman, we got to trade him right now. He's rocking a 400 on base. He was rocking a 900 plus OPS not just a couple weeks ago. So we need to find someone who needs outfield help or DH help. We got to take advantage of that. We do have 2 outfielders that we're going to replace them with who are already on the bench. Corey Julks and Dominic Fletcher. I think those will be our substitutes to take over their positions. We got to find something for Slater as well. Michael A. Taylor. Well, we need a 3rd outfielder, I guess. What's his WAR looking like? 2.4. That's a very, very respectable WAR on the season, especially with how... I mean, he's got a respectable hitting line as far as average and on base. OPS 739. That's not bad. Colson Montgomery starting to come along a little bit. 9 home runs. For those of you who are hopping in right now, he was OPSing below 500 or below 550, something like that for a good portion of the first couple months. So we are lucky he's turned things around. But let's see who... Let's first off, let's see what we can get as Noah Schultz is our top-rated pitcher on our team, on our roster, from top to bottom, and he is not even in AAA. That is wild. Very, very wild. Where's Tauchman? Where are you, sir? Let's see what we can get for him. We're just gonna go all. We're gonna go all. And let me just move my camera real quick so you all can see this. So you all can see what's going on here. Remind me to move it back if you can. I'm looking for anything like B potential. Carlos Rodon, no thanks. I'm looking for B potential, something that could be on this team long term. Joey Loperfido, that is interesting. Let's keep that in our back pocket. Keep that in our back pocket. Blue Jays. Tristan McKenzie, he's 27 though, 64 overall. That's really, really low. Will Vest, I mean, that's not a bad arm to have in the bullpen long term. And they kind of do need outfield help. That's not a terrible trade. Jacob Melton, another outfielder that is just probably not there. Brian Abreu, I like him, but he's just so wild. His stuff is really, really good, but I don't know if I really trust him to develop. I'm kind of thinking Will Vest. Cal Quantrill doesn't make sense. He's 30 years old. I really hate what this does to my eyes when it goes from 1 player to 2 players. I know you all are not, or I know I'm not the only one, so sorry for doing that so much. Taylor Rogers, I saw that. He's a little too old. Luke and Baker, a little bit too old. Jimmy Crooks, we already got a bunch of catchers. Would rather not. I'm thinking like we go relievers. Blake Trinan, he's a little too old for the future. Camilo Doval, actually, they want to give up Camilo Doval. Marco Luciano, who's a C potential now. Let's kind of look at this. Let's take a look at this. What's he doing? He's actually doing very, very well. He's got arbitration for the next 2 years, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. I don't really want to take on someone who's, because like, to be real, 2027 is probably going to be the start of our window, or at least we're going to be close to starting our window of 2027. And I'm not really going to want to look to pay a reliever big time money, because he's probably going to want 10 mil a year, and I'd rather not do that. So I just did prospects instead. Bobby Miller, that's crazy. Where was Will Vest? Or Jimmy Crooks is right there. Sorry this is taking a little bit of time, but I want to find something worthwhile, you know. Colby Thomas, B potential 62 overall from the Athletics. Where was let's go back to the Blue Jays because they were offering Loperfido. Where was that? Athletics and Blue Jays. I'm kind of interested in these outfielders, be potential outfielders. I know they're a little bit older. Let's see what Loperfido has as far as stat wise. He's a lefty, which is nice. He's not doing too bad at AA. He's improving quite a bit. He's a decent fielder, got good speed. The problem is that he's 25 with 64 overall. Not necessarily a horrible thing, but you'd like to have him a little bit younger if they have that low of an overall. But let's go look at the other dude. It's not Denzel Clark. Colby Thomas. I don't think I like him as much. Well, he's only a year older. Or a year younger, I should say. What would you want to give up Denzel Clark though? I don't think so. He's in AAA doing horrible, but we would obviously put him in AA. All right, let's try one. Let's go look through one more. I'm really leaning towards the Blue Jays offer. Really leaning towards that. Colby Thomas, 62 overall. Who's this? Joey Loperfido. That's who I'm leaning towards right this second. So we do need outfield help. Let's be real, we need every sort of help. Jimmy Crooks. Now we've already gone this far. I mean, even just getting something from Mike Tauchman, something that could be something decent for us long term, is decent. So we're gonna do this for Mike Tauchman. Appreciate you giving us a solid season of work. Let's go Austin Slater now. Let's go prospects again. I have a feeling we're going to get around the same amount, the same sort of offers. Vaughn Grissom could be a decent one, though. I mean, one of the top prospects in the Braves system for a second. Decent with the bat. He's now not really able to find any place to play for the Boston Red Sox because he's kind of blocked. I mean, look at all these dudes. Marcelo Mayer. They have Jordan Lawler now somehow. Trevor Story. He looks like he's decent with the bat, but he's never going to field. He's never going to be a decent fielder. If anything, we'd have him at second. He's 24 years old. Nah, I think we're going to pass on that. Let's go left. I would love something be potential, even if it's a reliever, even like a 2 C potential relievers or something like that. I'm seeing these C potential relievers, but they're just 50 overall. That's not really going to be a big help. Davy Garcia, part of the Brewers right now, as well as a shortstop. Let's keep that in our back pocket. Brewers. Am I going to have to type these down so I remember? As one of my buddies says, as part of his cognitive decline, I think I'm experiencing my cognitive decline right now. Look for a B potential anywhere. I think that Davy Garcia trade might be the best option we're going to have. And let's look and see if it will make sense for them. They do need a little bit of power, maybe. I don't think Slater's going to start in the outfield for the Brewers, but he might be a decent bat for them, maybe DH. Yeah, let's go take a look at this. Eric Brown, even, it might be a good guy to have on the bench. He's got great speed, really decent fielder, just 61 overall. So there's no way I don't think he'll improve with that. Having a rough time at AA, of course, but he's not there to hit. 0.5 WAR despite having an OPS of 562. What are they looking like on the outfield sort of thing? Yelich, Churio, Garrett Mitchell, and Sal Frelick. I don't think this makes sense for them. I really don't, but maybe they just need some DH help. Can Austin Slater play something else? I mean, Slater's a decent fielder. That's a decent bench piece, to be honest. So maybe they do need just a little bit of depth. Injuries are on. I'm doing whatever mental gymnastics that I need to talk myself into this. Davy Garcia, His potential's going up. He is going kind of nuts in AAA. I don't know if I like this right now. I think I'm going to wait on this. I hate that we spent all this time on this, but I don't think I like David Garcia and those 16 walks per nine. We're going to go all right here. Or maybe I should package them into something. Gregory Soto. I mean, that's not a terrible pitcher. Maybe let's look at some relievers who are C potential, because C potential relievers can really do something good. Trevor Steven, Guardians. Dylan Dingler for the Tigers. Hunter Harvey could be kind of nice. Our options are starting to become a little bit less. So I wouldn't mind taking like a little bit higher of an age reliever. I was scared for, Mitch Spence and Jack Cushing for the Athletics. I think this might be the move. I like these per nines. He's not doing well in AAA right now, but I mean, 1 year of service time, 66 overall. I like these per nines way better than I like David Garcia's. And they want to give us Jack Cushing as well. He might be a good guy to just put in the rotation, or, well, maybe I lied right there. AA seems to be just fine with the whip of 161. And they do need maybe a little bit of outfield help, or at least DH help. They're probably using Rooker as the DH, Butler, Blade, and then Miguel Andujar, who's not having a good year. So this does make sense, and I'm gonna do it. Mitch Spence and whatever the other guy's name was, I'm sure he's Jack Cushing. Yes. Welcome to the White Sox. Bryce Wilson. We are not going to trade him. He's up for ARB next year. Let's go Clevenger, and who else? Should we try to package? Let's try to package some people. Clevenger and Taylor, they're both available. Let's see if we can get a decent prospect. It's finding trades that does not have my confidence level up. We found someone. Dylan Beavers. It's a decent start, a B potential outfielder. And the Orioles do need some pitching. Let's be real. I'm going to say let's be real so many times. Blue Jays, we just had a trade with them. Alan Roden, a B potential left fielder. Might not be terrible. Josh Kasevich from the Blue Jays as well. Maybe there's a world where we can work out getting both of them somehow. Maybe we add another piece. Add a low level prospect, maybe. CJ Kafis, B potential first baseman. Ooh, I don't. How you Lee? Cater Montero. I kind of like. Tigers need some peeps. Tigers might be making a push. Let's keep this in our back pocket. How you Lee, Jaden Ham, and Cater Montero. I know I like Cater Montero. Royals Noah Cameron. I actually know a dude who knows him, I think. Brooks Lee and Austin Martin. Wow. This might be the move. I think this is the move. They're kind of giving up on Austin Martin. He hasn't really lived up to his hype. Brooks Lee is kind of not really lived up to his hype as well, although very, very early. Maybe we do that. Let's see what's up. Do they need pitching? I'm assuming they're making a playoff push. David Festa. Horrible so far. Chris Paddock, really bad so far too. Isn't Michael A. Taylor a former Twin, by the way? So it would kind of be like a reuniting. Matt Wallner's only really going to play against left or righties. Byron Buxton's hurt all the time. He's having a fantastic season though. Trevor Larnach is just, I mean, he's not having a good season either. So you take Michael Taylor's defense as well as what he's doing at the plate this year. I think this makes sense. Austin Martin, he's actually starting to do, he might be starting to figure it out. Plus he can play so many positions. Plus, I mean, look at it. He's got the hair. He's got the facial hair. He's got the hair that I'm jealous of. I'm a bald man. Okay. So I like to live vicariously through dudes who have long hair. That is now something you can't unknow. Maybe I'll edit that out in the episode that I upload. Maybe not. Maybe I think you all should know me more on a personal level. Brooks Lee's not doing extremely well at AAA, but that's why we're going to get him. We're going to send him to AA. We're going to get him feeling comfortable. He's going to turn into a stud. He actually did pretty well. Or if he's up with the team right now, he's doing very, very well with them. Maybe this is sort of like a buy, sell high situation. We're doing this trade. Absolutely doing this trade. I really, really like that. We're not getting any crazy high A or B potentials, but we're getting some decent pieces that could turn into like something good in the future. And if not, they could give us something they could do well enough to be a solid trade piece is what I'm trying to say. Martin Perez, let's just go ahead and rip the band-aid off. We're going to trade everyone. I'm willing to trade Martin Perez for whatever we can get. I don't expect to get a B-level player. A C-level reliever, a C potential reliever would be amazing. Scott Efros, Johnny Lasagna. Johnny Lasagna's got a bigger contract though. I'd like to get maybe a little bit younger of a guy. Manuel Rodriguez might be solid. And I might just like Jalen Battles as well. We might just put him on the 40-man and just put him on the MLB roster. Let's just keep going a little bit. Trevor Steven, they really want to get rid of this guy. I don't think that makes much sense. John Schreiber, he's probably declining though. He's 69 overall. Miguel Castro. Seth Brown, that's interesting. Robert Pawson, a former top prospect from the Athletics, switch hitter, I believe. Not really interested in a C-level position player right now. Dylan Lee, that's interesting. We're going to take a look at that actually. My Braves trading away Dylan Lee for Martin Perez. Everything must have gone horribly for their pitching rotation. Chris Sale and Spencer Strider not living up to what they could be doing, what they should be doing. Reynaldo Lopez is doing well. Schellenbach's doing well. Bryce Elder, I don't know why they would do this. They would not do that. So we're not going to do it because it doesn't make any sense. And also Martin Perez is really, really bad. Having a bad year. $5 million attached to him plus 66 overall. Victor Vodnik. Glenn Allen Hill Jr. Are the Rockies actually making a push or something? That doesn't make any sense. Victor Vodnik's having a good year. This makes no sense. Makes zero sense. Marquez is doing horrible. Chase Dollander still hasn't made his major league debut yet. Ryan Feltner's doing really bad. Jake Woodford's doing decent. Jaden Hill's doing okay. Like, this makes no sense for them to do. That's stupid. That's really, really dumb. What did we say that was a good fit for us for this? I forgot what trade we just saw that would probably work. They're really trying to get rid of Trevor Steven. I said that a couple minutes ago. John Schreiber, Taylor Trammell. Interesting. Now they're all different. They've kind of backed out. Rowdy Tellez, maybe just for fun. Eric Wagaman, no. Rafael Marchand. There was a reliever that someone was going to give us, but now they're not going to. Nate Pearson, interesting. I have a feeling that maybe the rotation hasn't been doing well. Shota Imanaga's not doing great. Ben Brown's doing really well. Jamison Tyon doing solid. Matthew Boyd's doing solid. Maybe they just need depth. I really want to do this though, which is bad. My God, he's way low on that leaderboard. I want to do this, but it doesn't make sense for them. Are they even close? Let's remember Nate Pearson. Are they even close to competing right now? They're not even close. So are they just trying to get rid of That doesn't make any sense. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's is there anyone else that we need to trade away? Let's look at the budget. Omar Narvaez. What? I totally forgot about him. Andrew, no, Martin Perez. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it of anyone who has any sort of value. Maybe we... Do we get rid of Oscar Colas? Maybe? Do we entice someone with a decent prospect? Like one who we don't think is going to be in the system for any sort of reason in the future? Like Jacob Gonzalez, maybe? He's a good fielder. Maybe we do that because I don't think he fits into the picture long term. Brooks Lee, he can play like second or third, so he could definitely make an impact somewhere. Maybe Bobby Dahlbeck, because he is just not doing it at AAA, or he's starting to do it a little bit. Maybe, I like Bobby Dahlbeck. Do we do Miguel Vargas? Because he's just, well, he's starting to hit at AA, so maybe not. Brandon Drury. I'm just really trying to make it make sense. Corey Lee. I think maybe we trade Corey Lee. And Jacob Gonzalez. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get. We're just kind of getting rid of Martin Perez. His salary dump of $5 million probably means the world to the Chicago White Sox owner, dumping that what's left on that prorated $5 million. Ryan Mountcastle, that's interesting. I don't think that makes sense though. That actually makes zero sense. Lucas Giolito, that's interesting. They must be trying to like one salary dump for two salary dumps. Ian Hamilton, interesting. This is so dumb. This is terrible. If you're watching this right now, I'm offering Martin Perez, Jacob Gonzalez, and Corey Lee, and the Yankees are willing to trade me Oswaldo Cabrera and Max Fried. That is absolutely dreadful. That should not be a thing. Trade logic is not fixed. Make it make sense. That is absolutely horrible. Make it make sense, fam. That's really bad. So we're not going to be doing that. Josh Lowe. Are they giving up on Josh Lowe? They want a couple like low-level prospects. Josh Lowe could play now. Or Elvis Martinez. That's interesting. Let's take a look at this. Alan Roden, lefty bat, good fielder. What was that shortstop they were trying to give? They were looking to give away, or was it even a shortstop? Was it a third base? Or Elvis Martinez, who is not really doing too well at AAA. -8 on the contact versus left. Yikes. Let's just look at prospects. Or maybe, I don't know. I'm having a tough time with this. I'm having a very tough time with this. I'm sorry, fam. Enrique Bradfield Jr. Griffo Farrell. If he's looking good, I'm going to be Farrell. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Because this would make sense on just like a roster standpoint, because the pitching for the Orioles has been horrible. Zach Eflin looking rough. Kyle Bradish. I mean, those top three are not doing great. Dean Kramer, not bad. They might need some pitching depth. Tyler Wells, they're all like pretty bad. Maybe they need some help in the bullpen as far as a long reliever. Plus, this kind of gets them a little bit of prospects. Corey Lee. I mean, he's not a horrible guy, but he's not great, but he's not horrible. Jacob Gonzalez is not terrible. I mean, I believe he was at one point he was a top prospect for the White Sox. He's actually improving too, so this could be a good thing. What is Griff looking like? We already went over this. My bad. So he's got good speed. He's a primary defender, but I like this. We're gonna do it. We're just stocking the system with guys who can maybe play, who can be high value. We'll see who emerges at the top of the roster. But yeah, we'll see who emerges. We'll see who cracks the starting, whatever, the starting position. And then whoever is left, we can trade. Like, that's getting the high value players. They turn into something good. Other teams would want them. So it looks like we need a little bit of work on the roster. I think Iriarte, despite not doing super well in AAA, let's just call him up to the bigs. He's going to be our back end of the rotation. And Bryce Wilson, you know, we're just going to put him in the starting rotation. He's only pitched 21 and 2/3 innings, rocking that almost 6 ERA. Let's see if it comes down. Prelander, Baroa. Actually, maybe I switch them because he's got higher stamina. But he might need higher stamina with how awful our starting rotation is going to be, how much he's going to have to pitch coming out of the bullpen, if we're being real. Shane Smith, I don't know how he's doing what he's doing. Is 54 overall and rocking an ERA of 3. Granted, the whip is really, really high. Less than 1 hit per inning, solid. 31 walks per 47 innings, really bad. But we are really bad overall. So he's lucky to have found a role on this squad. But anyway, what's our lineup looking like? We got to figure this out since we just made a ton of trades. Dominic Fletcher, he's going to be in center field, obviously. I almost don't even care what this looks like. Corey Jelks is going to be in right. That is perfectly fine. Got a pretty decent arm. We do have to figure this out because I do want Brooks Lee, Austin Martin, and Lo Perfido back in AA because I'd like to see them develop. Let's go to the MLB roster. Jacob Amaya is going to stay up at the bigs. Austin Martin, we're going to move him to AA. Same thing with Lo Perfido. Same thing with Brooks Lee because they're all like mid 60s overall. I'd like to see him develop. Who is on the 40-man that can be brought up as far as position players? We can also put some people on the 40-man. We got room to add some guys who could just be a spot holder. Bobby Dahlbeck, you're back, buddy. You are absolutely back. Brooks Baldwin, you're coming up. You're moving up in the world too, sir. And Brian Ramos, welcome. You're also in the bigs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bobby Dahlbeck, you're just going to go BRDH again. I know you're not developing as far as hitting goes, and look at your stat line in the majors. It's pretty bad, but you're going to learn somehow. Dominic Fletcher. Oh my God. This looks like we're going to have to move Colson Montgomery up a bit then. Imagine Benintendi being our number 3 hitter. Remember, if we get his OPS to 750 at some point, we're going to trade him. So Dominic Fletcher, Lennon Sosa, Matt Tice. It almost doesn't really matter what sort of lineup we're rocking with. I know the only back-to-back lefty-lefties is going to be 1st and 9th in this order, so that is okay. Or do we play Brian Ramos? He can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Bobby Dahlbeck, he actually has better fielding. I think we're just going to leave it how it is. I think we are. Lennon Sosa is actually improving. He's actually having a decent year. Let's keep him in the lineup. Let's see if he keeps developing. Matt Tice. My God. Okay. It's so bad here in Chicago. It's real bad. But we're gonna rock with this lineup. Do we need to add someone else? We do. We have a guy missing. Is it a pitcher missing? No, it is not. It is another position player that we need to fix. Ryan Burrows, you know what? I'm just going to add you to the 40-man. You're just going to be on the bench. And that is fine. William Bergola, you're going to go to AAA. I know I sent a bunch of people up to AAA from AA. Tristan Gray, you too. So it's a lot of roster work right now, but I promise we'll get going here in a second. Look at all these D potential dudes in Class A. We're probably going to have to restock some of the farm in the off season. I'm just trying to fill some roster spots right now. Casey Sauk. Don't know who you are. Tim Elko. We're just going to move you to AAA. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. I think we're good. I'm just going to real quick make sure everyone who I want to play is playing. Austin Martin, what are you doing on the bench, pal? What are you doing on the bench? We can put you in center field over Jacob Burke any day. Glad to see they automatically put Joey Loperfido in there. That's very nice. Perfect. And Austin Martin, you're going back up where Jacob Burke was. AAA is everyone who is at like a D or C potential playing. Let's get Bergola in there, or Bergola in there over Jury, because he does not be fixing into our long-term plans, and Bergola is 20, while Brandon Jury is 12 years older than him. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We are going up against the Dodgers, top ninth. It's a tie game. Lennon Sosa comes in into a big moment. Brusdar Graterol on the bump. Let's see if we can make something happen. We're back up to 19th in runs, which is really not saying much. 27th in ERA, but surprisingly, the Dodgers are 17th in ERA. That's interesting. All right, let's go, Lennon. Let's get a lead here. Let's get a lead and not look back, shall we? As a good slider from Brusdar. Just a bit early and a little bit off. Come on, Lennon. Good take on the cutter. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Very tough pitch to lay off. Good eye for Lennon. Hitting 262 on the year. Not having himself a bad year. Fights against the sinker. Just late, although it looked like he was way later than just late. So he gets a slider that he could have done a little bit of something with. Just missed it. Just a little bit early. Come on, Lennon. Good eye. Good eye. 2-2. I wouldn't mind a walk here. We wouldn't mind a walk here. Come on, Lennon. Good take. All right, full count. We're going to send the runners, get a head start. Going to get a big head start. Come on, Lennon. Good eye. Ball 4. All right. What an at-bat. 0-2. Going from 0-2 to 3-2 to drawing the walk. Really, really impressive from Lennon right there. Very, very much impressive. Let's see if Matt Tice can take advantage. We're going to take he's going to take until he gets a strike. Because Brusdar has sort of lost it. Lost it maybe just a little bit. Good take. Yo, walk in the run. This might be a situation where he needs to wait until he gets 2 strikes to swing. It really might be. And that is ball 3. 3 straight balls to Matt Tice. 1 more draws in a walk. A go-ahead walk. And he does. Brusdar's lost it. No wonder the LA's ERA is a little bit higher than you would think. Brings up Brooks Baldwin, sitting 0 on the year, just brought up from AAA. And he's going to get one, but I don't think that one has the juice. He decided to be a bit aggressive, swing first pitch because he thought it was going to be there. But that is just a little unfortunate. It was a bit out of the zone. He got a bit under it. And now on to close the game is newly acquired White Sox Mitch Spence to close this one out. 1 out to go. Teoscar at the plate. Let's see if he can close this down. That's a great first pitch. Right on the outside half. Outside corner, I should say. About belt high. He's got a big breaking slider. He's also got a decently fast sinker. That's what I'm trying to say here. That's why I didn't go to broadcasting school. Let's see if we can get him reaching. We do, and that is game over. The White Sox steal one in LA. Benintendi 3 for 5, 3 RBI. Let's go see if his OPS is 750. If it is, we are trading him so fast. So fast. 750, please. 750. I have a feeling it is. It is exactly 750, and we are trading Andrew Benintendi. That is Massive. Massive, massive, massive. Yes, yes, yes. We are getting rid of it. We are getting rid of his contract. That is massive. See if we can find a prospect for him. I think a C-level potential prospect could be just fine. I wouldn't mind a starting pitcher. Would not mind a starting pitcher. Reliever, Yoendris Gomez. Let's see if we can get... Ooh, Curtis Mead. Curtis Mead, maybe? Let's see what he's... like stat line. He just murders lefties. That might be a good get, to be honest. He's not doing amazing in AA. We already know his contact versus left is good. He's not a hitter. Let's keep going. I don't know if he'd play for us. I feel like we have way too many DH types in the works for us. So I'm not sure that would be a great idea. Although, if nothing else, I feel like getting Curtis Mead would be great. Julien. He'd be kind of the same situation, though. Like, bad speed, 25 years old. But this is getting rid of Andrew Benintendi, though, so we can't be too... We cannot be too strict with who we're going to get. Takoa Roby, former, like, top prospect. BJ Murray Jr., interesting. Believe he's a decent prospect. Jose Devers, Raphael's little bro, maybe. Robert Pawson. Let's see what he's looking like. Switch hitter. Yeah, I don't think I like him all that much. I don't think I like him all that much. Will Bednar, Carter Young, Brian Mata. I feel like might be their best option, especially like it's the Boston Red Sox, and that's where he started his career, so they might be looking to have a little bit of a reunion, a little familiar face. They might like him a little bit more than any of the other teams that we are trying to ship him to. But let's go through, let's make sure and do our due diligence to see that is our, like, the absolute best we can do. I have a feeling it might be, but let's keep it up. Let's keep going. I think we came all the way around pretty much. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to look at Brian Mata. I think he's going to be, this is perfect. Yep. We're going to trade him for Brian Mata. They do they need a little bit of left field help? They kind of do. Rob Refsnyder, he only hits righties or lefties. Sedon is, he's doing okay. But I mean, Benintendi's rocking a solid 750 OPS. Willier's not doing very well. And 15 mil, I mean, nowadays is not that much. It's not that much. And we're going to do this. Brian Mata, welcome to the team. Goodbye, Andrew Benintendi. It's been real. It's been fun. But it hasn't been real fun. All right, now we need another outfielder. Everybody on the 40-man. Who is on the 40-man that can be brought up and play the outfield? Joey Locoperfido. Not anyone we're currently thinking of developing. Oscar Colas. I choose you, sir. You're going to be on the team in the lineup. I almost don't care where in the lineup. Should we just put Colson Montgomery third? Just throw him to the Wolves. He's going to be our number 3 hitter. Bobby Dahlbeck behind him. What a top end of this lineup. It is looking real rough. Sorry for me snorting. But that is... I think that's all we're going to trade. We managed to trade Benintendi. That is such a W, in my opinion. And Mitch Spence is already our closer. You know what? 5 pitch mix. This might be the best pitch mix in baseball. If you maybe take the curveball out and put something else in there, this is a fantastic pitch mix for Mitch. And let's move on. We have traded everything we can, everyone we can. Let's look at these scouting assignments. I am so happy about this. Brent Abe, he looks, he doesn't look terrible. Decent fielder, decent contact. Vision could be okay. 19 years old. I mean, I don't, for where he is in the MLB draft board, I'm not interested. But if I would say he's maybe a 3rd round pick for us, maybe if there's no other ones available. Let's look at right fielders. Oh, forgot about looking at you. You look pretty good, William Nah, but maybe not as good as I thought you were going to look. I think we still take it to the end, maybe. Joe Watts. You know what? Let's try Joe Watts. Let's look at Joe Watts. And this is our last scouting. So maybe William Nah is not the one I want to look at then. This is our last week to scout before the draft. So maybe I don't want to look at William Nah. Corey Gregory, maybe? I don't know. Do we finish up scouting Mason Thompson? I don't know. I feel like we gotta maybe find a diamond in the rough on the back end. Because I think we have our top couple rounds pretty decently set. Dale Gildahouse. I mean, his potential is going to be solid, but is he ever going to play for us? Because that overall is going to be rough. Artie Martins, I forgot about him. But his overall is going to be so low. He's already 21. Don't know about that. Oh, man. I think this guy might be good. I feel like we got to see at least. We got to scout him just a little bit. Just in case our 3rd baseman gets taken. If he turns out to be okay or seems to be okay with what limited experience, what limited draft we will, what limited scouting we can provide, we can get, I think he might be a decent option. Barons have 27 players on their active roster. Okay, maybe let's just go ahead and move Schultz to AAA. That is, yes, that's what we're going to do. Schultz is going to make his AAA debut. We'll send down Mata. Jack Cushing, you're a new guy. We'll send down Mata, put him in the rotation. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Yep. Yes. Put you in the rotation, sir. Man, our rosters are a mess, but it's like I don't really care that much right now. What? Oh, yes, that's true. I replaced him with someone. That should not be okay. It should not be allowed. Excuse me. Who's a D potential dude? A D potential guy we're going to send to AAA because we don't really care about his development because his potential is D. Mitch Spence on to close it out again against the Rockies, bottom of the 9th. We're up by 1, runner on first. Let's see if we can make it happen. Rockies are somehow last in offense. Trust me. You probably can't see it because my face is blocking it, but they are ranked 30th in offense, which is nuts. Good pitch, Spence. Oh, you can't see it. You could see it. My bad.
1-1.
Come on, Mitch. Show us your stuff, dude. Oh, no. Double play? Double play? Sinker ball pitcher? I never had a doubt. I never had a doubt. That looked to be a little bit over the heart of the plate. A little bit too much. But I am more than okay with that result. Jacob Stallings, their number 9 hitter. This is the part of the lineup we want. To be honest, well, I could be eating my words here in a second, but any part of this lineup is kind of the part of the lineup you want if they're ranked 30th in baseball in offense. Another pitch that didn't really find a spot. Didn't really hit the spot we wanted, but effective nonetheless. 0-2. Let's see if we can close this out.
That's a ball.
Maybe, let's see if we can get a freeze. Backdoor sinker on the outside corner. That is going to be a weak dribbler. Lord Stallings only has 3 speed. Anyone else could have beaten that out, but we get the dub here in Colorado. That's a solid start to Mitch Spence's White Sox career. I'll be just blown away if we end up going on a little bit of a win streak and doing better with this watered down roster. Rockies are 30 and 60. What a bad time to be a Rockies fan right now. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, fill up on the coffee. You all just hang. We're gonna get ready for this draft. BRB. All right. We back. We back. What's it looking like? What is everything looking like? So 39 and 31. 39 and 51. Let's keep moving. Penn Murphy is no longer injured. Perfect. Although we do have too many guys on the 40-man or on the Major League roster right now. Who's getting sent down? Who is getting sent down? Mitch Spence is not getting sent down. He might be the closer of the future. Steven Wilson's probably getting sent down. Let's just go double A for you, since everywhere else is full. I don't want to spend too much time messing with the rosters again. All right. Wrapped up a pretty decent series against Toronto. Took 2 out of 3. Oscar Colas already has a homer on the day. We are down by 1. Bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Let's just see if we can keep out of the double play. Maybe tie this up. Maybe take home the dub would be fantastic. We will see, though. We will see. Come on, Oscar. Up against Cade Smith. Come on. Oh my God, he wanted that one. Just a bit early. His eyes got super wide. Hitting 250 on the year. Come on, Oscar. Good take. Good take. That was very non-competitive. Let's go, Oscar. Come on, man. Find a gap. Find a gap. Find some grass. Good take. I mean, working AB too. I'm not upset about that. I wouldn't be upset about that. Come on. Oh my God, swung right through that fastball. Way too early. Way too early on that. He got a little bit excited. Oh, Oscar lines it to right field. Is it going to get over his head? It doesn't. My goodness, what a play out there by the right fielder. Man, we needed that. We needed that to be a hit. Got robbed. Just destroyed that splitter. Come on, Brooks Baldwin's our last shot. He's hitting a 071 on the year. Didn't have too much confidence in the bat right there. Just let that fastball go right down the middle. Looking to maybe take some pitches, see what he has. As he's down a quick 0-2. He did swing at a strike, but a little bit behind that splitter. Come on, Brooks. Good take. 1 and 2. Come on, Brooks. You're due for something good. He's 1 for 3 on the day. But he's going to be 2 for 4 with a walk-off smash against the foul pole. Brooks Baldwin, the most unlikely hero you're going to see, hitting under 100, just walks it off. Look at that shot. Man, could this be a sign of things to come for the future in Chicago? Well done, Brooks, my boy. Wow. I did not see that coming whatsoever. Did not see that coming. That was legit. Too legit to quit. Brooks Baldwin 2 for 4 with a bomb. Colas 1 for 3 with a bomb. 5 runs and 5 hits in an era. That is well done, Brooks, man. I like you, sir. I like you. I hope I didn't wake the neighbors, but it's 11:11, so they should be awake right now, unless they work nights, which is possible. All right, it's time for the draft. It is time for the draft. Let's go. We're going to add our prospects. We're going to add our scouted prospects. Oh, man, I like this guy too. Oh, my God. Do I go this guy? Now I'm like second guessing myself. He's going to be incredible. And I mean, I feel like Noah Schultz and Hagen Smith are could be a decent top 2. But man, do we just want to get ridiculous pitching? Sam Campos, I'm going to add him to the draft queue. I'm not going to add Chris Perez just because I think he's going to get taken, and I like him less than these two. Coleman Ramirez, he's getting on the draft board. Richie Wynn, I think he's still going to be our #1 pick. I really think he could be. But he did opt out of his doctor exam, so I don't know. And Sam Campos opted out too. Oh, man. Kyle Diaz might be the move. I know I'm kind of switching up. A bit, but man, I think he could be the move. Steven Padilla, he's going to get added. Corey Gregory, nah, I don't have him fully scouted. Rauri Warner, he still looks like he could be good, but he opted out of his doctor exam. We need some health here, fam. Or do I wait and get this guy? I like this guy, Pablo Sandoval, reincarnated, even though I know the OG one is still very much alive. I like his per 9 distribution, hits per 9, walk per 9, home runs per 9, pretty solid. He's going to have good potential. So is Zane Costello. I mean, I think we're going to be able to find pitching. But man, that guy looks so good. Could he be a generational? Could he be generational? No, he's 20. This guy might be generational, actually. Although I don't know. This is so tough. This is so tough. This guy, Matt Cruz, looks like he could be really, really good. Really solid with a bat. He's probably not going to have crazy potential, but going to be a good player. Compton as well. Like, oh my God. Alexis Liriona, nah, I'm not really interested. Rolando Baroa. I mean, I don't really like his per 9s, but he's not on the MLB's draft board, and he's far up on our board. Zach Hogue, I do like him. I don't know if I would take him in round 2, but Jeff Galarraga, I mean, he's going to be good too. Jeez, there's so many good pitchers. So many good pitchers, not enough time. David Freeman, another good pitcher, man. I wish I would have been able to scout more position players, but there's not really a great way to efficiently scout as many position players as you could, like what with pitchers. Like, I'm going to have a really, really tough time if Kyle Diaz and our boy Richie Wynn makes it to us. I think I'm going to take Richie Wynn. Oh man, it's so tough. I am going to move him up though. I don't know, man. Richie Wynn or Kyle Diaz. We're going to take one of those two. assuming one of them are available. For the love of God, let's go. Let's just rip the band-aid. Kyle Diaz, Richie Wynn. Reggie Landrum. He looks like he could be good. He's going to have good potential. Who's the number 2 draft pick? Chris Perez. We didn't want him anyway. I'm okay with that for sure. Dane Goldberg. He looks like he could be good. We didn't even scout him just because we knew he wasn't going to fall to, or they weren't going to fall to us. And we didn't really scout individual pitchers. I'm going to have Tim Bravo. That's the number 1 overall. That's the number 1 overall. So we should go and just check it out. See what he was, how he was. TJ Baco or Baco. I'm going to say Baco because of the legend Paul Baco. All right, we're getting there. Eloy Elez. I kind of like him too. I mean, there's some good players here, but not as many good position players as I was hoping to see. William Nah, our boy William Nah. Okay. I don't think he's going to be as good for Miami. All right, we're going to officially get either one of Kyle Diaz and Richie Wynn. One of each. One of them. One of each. They took Richie Wynn at 9. Oh my God. I think I was going to take him, but now I'm kind of like, I'm almost kind of glad they took one of them because I think Kyle Diaz is going to be great. He's number 1 on our board. Man, we have to go to Cincinnati and see how he is at least. Kyle Diaz. He's going to be our dude. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's like because I know his potential is going to be there. I know his overall is going to be decent. He's only 20 years old. He's healthy. Did Richie Wynn opt out? He did opt out of his doctor exam, so this might be a good thing. This might be a good thing. Thank you, Cincinnati. You could have saved our lives. Joaquin Worth. Okay, our boy Worth. I remember talking about Worth and saying it would be worth a second look. Meh. But man, who's going to be like who's going to be the next guy we take? We don't have another pick until 40. I would love for this guy to fall. Oh, let's like add Corey Gregory to our field. Add Rory Warner. Maybe I don't mind taking some guys who opted out of the physical, especially in rounds 2, 3, whatever you want to say. I don't know who I want to take second. I wouldn't mind taking Matt Cruz. Looks like he could be decent. Do we take a position player, or if there's a good pitcher that we can't pass up, maybe we can take them. Maybe we will take them. Rory just got taken. Lamar Douglas. All right, I'm just gonna simulate to our next pick. Ooh, let's view our prospects. Pablo Sandoval. Okay, maybe I did talk about. God, that voice crack was just for you. I did talk about him being like very, very good as far as the per nines. I like Francis, but I don't like him as much because his walks per 9 does not project to be good. This guy, good contact, but at the same time, he's not scouted at all. This guy might be a bust because he's still on the board. He's still available at what? This guy's 27th on our board. No thanks. Orlando Chavo. Did we really not put Pablo Sandoval on our board? He's up there. Like, maybe I just skipped through the board way too quick. Todd Rosales. If these position players dropped or fell to the later rounds, even with me not scouting them, I would consider taking them. But right now, I think I'm going to go Pablo Sandoval, the legend, the panda, Kung Fu Panda, that is. I think we got 2 really great pitchers. I really think our draft is shaping up to be good. And I think they could be in the rotation, shit, maybe even next year. That is kind of wild. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and we're just going to simulate. We're just going to simulate. All right. Maybe we do need a position player though. Alexis Liriano. This Baroa guy, I don't really like his hits per 9. I think we do need a position player though. Let's see if we can find a good one. Do I take a shot in the dark on this guy, Steven Rivera? Joe Watts, we did scout him. I don't think he's going to be that good though. Lee Pryor, he's a switch hitter. Do we take a shot in the dark on a switch hitter? Maybe. I don't know, man. I really wish I would have scouted these guys a little bit more. Or yeah, maybe we should spend less time discovering players next time. Because I don't think we're not going to end up drafting anyone that we discovered. We do have Joe Watts scouted a little bit. Round 3. This is right. I didn't realize we had 1 minute. Well, it looks like we got Rolando Baroa. I mean, he's 37 on our board. That I did not mean for that to happen. But anyway, let's just move on. Let's go just take a look. Chavo's taken. Joe Watts, who I was about to take, is going to the Blue Jays. So let's remember to look at the Blue Jays. Let's remember to be a little bit quicker after rounds 1 through 2. 1 and 2. Elvis Escobar. I think I really, really want a position player right now. Do we have any scouted? Michael Miller. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm losing it. Losing it. This guy could be good. His potential is going to be decent. Let's go Diego Montalvo. I got no guys scouted. Oh, I could have just done something smart and used that time to look at some players that maybe I would want. This guy could not, probably not going to be great. There's no one really left that's going to have a very, very high. Oh, that is just catchers. How about that? Michael Miller. Robbie Clark, maybe a reliever. He's got, looks like he's going to have high potential. This left fielder, these outfielders, I don't know. I don't have enough time. Don't have enough time. You know what? We're going to go with one of those relievers who looks like they're going to have a high potential. Robbie Clark. Robbie Clark or Anthony Fong. I think we're going to go Robbie Clark. All right, let's look and see at some, let's find some position players. This has been a big L on my part. Big L of a draft as far as these later rounds. I think our first couple rounds went very, very well. This guy might be decent. I don't think I'm going to put Giovanni Johnston on the board. This guy might have good potential, but when is he going to play? He's a switch hitter though. So maybe Francisco Escobar, he might be the #1 guy for the next round for me. He's not going to be good. His overall. Oh, the guy I was going to look at just now just got taken. Eldon Weiss kind of looks okay. Caleb Levy is injured. Don't like that. This guy's injured. This guy opted out. Andres Fernandez, okay. And maybe Eldon Weiss probably going to be the #1 dude. His overall is going to be really rough. He's 23 years old though. Both these guys are 23. But this guy, or was one of them a switch hitter? No. Or the left fielder. This guy might be the #1 just because he's 18. He's a switch hitter. He's far away, but his potential could be okay. Or maybe Francisco Escobar. Well, let's just simulate to our last pick. And Eldon Weiss might be, it looks like he's the only one really, really left for us. So, yeah, I think he's going to be the move. Caleb Levy, I'm interested to see how he is. Kind of interested. All right, Eldon. May he have the strength of all the Elden Ring bosses. All right, that's the draft. I mean, let's go. Let's see what we got. And let's see who was our all-star. Who was our all-star? Let's see. View today's game. Can I not look at the box score for that? I guess I can. It's not letting me, but whatever. Kind of want to see who our all-star was. No one from the starting pitcher. It's a shame I don't even know who's on our roster. That's crazy. No one on the catcher side of thing. Andrew Vaughn made the all-star team. He's actually not. He's starting to turn it around a little bit. He's had a really, really hot stretch of what, his last 10, 15 games, the last 10 games or so. 864 OPS, so that's not terrible. He's starting to turn things around. Maybe looking like the Andrew Vaughn we thought he would be, even though he still has a negative WAR, which is fantastic. Do we have anyone else? I'm glad that Colson didn't make it. I don't want his all-star appearance, future all-star appearance to be like his own, just on a technicality. I want someone to earn it. Andrew Vaughn, let's be real here. He did not earn that starting. He did not earn that all-star selection. Brent Rooker has 31 homers at the break. That's crazy. Mike Tauchman made it. So this was a W trade for the Blue Jays. W trade for us too, hopefully. I think that's solid. That's solid. Let's keep moving. Let's sign these draft picks. Hopefully we can come to terms with them. Kyle Diaz already wants to be part of it. He already wants to be part of it. He likes what we're building here, especially with the rotation. Does Pablo as well? He does. He's signed with us as well. Rolando Baroa, I'm interested to see what his potential is. He's 18. His overall is going to be low, but hopefully he's on the high end of this potential, 78 to 93. Robbie Clark, hopefully you'll sign with us. Offer declined, but the motivation to sign is already almost there. Eldon Weiss is going to sign with us. I'm just going to remove these picks because the only one that doesn't have enough motivation is Diego. And if we don't have anyone else in the priorities, he will get motivated quicker. So I'm interested in that. And then we'll still try to sign the other dudes in the other 2 days. Bottom of the ninth, though, in Pittsburgh, James Karinchak on the bump. We're going to try to close it out. Not close it out, but send it to extras. They are threatening, which I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of them threatening. Blue, where the hell was that? That was a perfect pitch. Pitcher's pitch. James Karinchak's he's already a wild pitcher. We do not need any calls not going his way. What are you doing, fam? That is a decent pitch. That was a little bit above of where we wanted. Hung a little bit much. Okay, maybe decent's a little bit generous of a word to describe that pitch. Come on, freeze him here. Blue, I need that call. Let's try it low and away. He's all over that fastball. We got nothing left. Let's see if we can just fool him with the knuckle curve. We do! That was where we wanted the first one. That was perfect. Perfect placement. Right below the zone, down and in. Joey Bart up. Can he be their hero? I sure as hell hope not. Buddy, you're going to have to give me one of the corners. That was a perfect pitch. We're getting squeezed here. We are absolutely getting squeezed. That's another good knuckle curve. That's pretty much exactly where I wanted it. Karinchak getting tired. This will be his last batter. I'm going to still be very, very... What was I going to say? I'm going to nibble, and I did, and we did not get the call. We're going to the pen. We still... Mitch Spence has still been pretty solid. Dan Altavilla has been solid, too. All right, Mitch, let's see what you got in the pressure situation, man. Let's see what you got against Spencer Horwitz. That's a fantastic start. I'm really liking this cutter that Mitch Spence has. That's another good pitch. Good slider down and in, back foot. Down and away, maybe. That's a great pitch. 3-pitch strikeout for our boy Mitch. Well done, sir. Well done. Turn to simulating. However, Pittsburgh ends up walking it off. Mitch Spence does get credited with the loss, even though he does not allow an earned run. It was that Manfred rule. The runner on second scored. So it is where it is. It is where it is, and it ain't where it ain't. And at the end of the month, we're going to check in with the minors and see how everyone... Oh, knee inflammation. We're going to keep Colson active. That is not anything major, which is good. All right. All right. Diego Montalvo's potential hasn't dropped, so that's perfect. Rolando Barreau still declined his offer. Robbie Clark decided to sign, though. I'm going to keep Baroa here just to get his motivation up a little bit. So in two more go-arounds, we will have hopefully both of them. Another bottom of the ninth situation in Pittsburgh. We scored 4 in the ninth to take the lead. Let's see if Mitch can close this out. Would love to see that. Would very much love to see that. Also, if you've made it this far in the stream, I would love it if you hit the like button if you're enjoying the content at least, and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss another stream or episode. Sacrifice bunt. Let's go up and in. See if he can pop it up. Does not pop it up. Do we have a play at second? We do. We get the lead runner. Well done, Andrew Vaughn. That's a fantastic play right there. Well done. At least I'm assuming that was... I'm assuming that was Andrew Vaughn. It could not be. Let's go up a little bit more. That's a fantastic pitch. Fantastic pitch. No, I don't want to hear it, crowd. That was on the plate. That was a dot. Going to try to steal second. Going to keep him out of the double play. That was a sawed-off bat. Almost hit Mitch Spence, which is unfortunate, but we come away unscathed. One more out, we can close this game. That was left way too far over the heart of the plate. Do not like that. Joey Bart was a little bit in front, which is what we wanted. And now he's way out in front of that slider away. Let's see if we can fool him. See if we can get him to swing over top of this change.
That's a ball.
He lays off.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Can we get him to... Can we freeze him on the outer half? We cannot freeze him. We yanked it a little bit too far. Ooh, he wanted that. He wanted that really, really bad. We haven't thrown the curveball yet. Let's see if he chases. That's a fantastic pitch. Exactly where I wanted it. Somehow gets a piece of it. Maybe we front door this cutter up and in. Freeze him. We freeze him, and that's game over. Mitch Spence might be the best closer in baseball right now, or the hottest at least. As far as performance goes, I don't know where he ranks among the attractiveness of players, hotness, whatever. Let's see what the panel says on that. Bryce Wilson sustained some back stiffness. We're, of course, going to keep him active. Let's see. Is Colson Montgomery back in the lineup yet? He is not. He's starting to turn it around, though. He's starting to improve quite a bit. 677 OPS. Used to pray for times like this. Negative 0.7 on the WAR. That is perfectly okay. And I will take that. And we got Rolando Barreau to sign with us. Perfect. Is that all we had? Yes, that is. And I almost hope we go on a big losing streak, even though I don't want us to, but I do want us to, if that makes sense. Bobby Dahlbeck is not starting to hit. His recent games, not great, but he does have 2 homers, so that's what's up. Andrew Vaughn is starting to cool off a bit. What's Colson Montgomery doing over his recent games? Recent 10 games, he's hitting OPS of 725. Not bad, not bad. Julks is not doing great. Lennon Sosa's kind of cooled off. Buddy, there is nowhere to hide in this lineup. Or whatever the opposite of that is. Josh Rojas, man, he's starting to... Oh my God, we should have just traded him. But we have him for another year. He's been okay. I mean, we need some players to play for us, no matter what, even if they're placeholders, if they're not placeholders. All right, let's just go to let's go sign our draft picks, and then we'll look at the minors, see what everyone is doing. I want to see how Noah Schultz is doing in AAA too. I do need to make sure he's in the starting rotation, even though I'm pretty sure I did make sure of that. As we go to Tampa, we're facing Edwin Uceta at the top of the ninth, runners on, tie game. And Andrew Vaughn takes a hack at the first pitch and pops it up. I'd rather you swing and miss, pal. Being a little too aggressive, trying to make too many things happen. But Colson Montgomery, here he is, 2 for 4. This is who we really want at the plate. Let's see if he can do some damage here. Let's see if he can find a gap. 14 speed is not really enough to go second to home on a single, which is unfortunate. Just got under that circle change, fouled it back. Come on. Colson! He rips one. He does find a gap. He does find a gap. Is that going to score 2? It is. 83 speed is going to come around and score, and we're up by 2. Well done, Colson. You're really starting to do things, man. Really starting to get it going. I like that. I like what I see out of the young Colson Montgomery. He might be the face of this White Sox franchise moving forward. Move over, Luis Robert. Bobby Dahlbeck, 0 for 3. Let's see if we can get it going with him too. Takes a cutter on the inside half. Is my face blurry? No, it's not. Okay, whatever. Even if it was, it's fine. It probably looks better that way. Let's be real. Bobby only hitting 174. I'd love some hard contact out of the kid. Hard contact, just foul. And I say kid, he's 29 years old. He's still a kid compared to me, though. Guess my age in the comments. I bet you'll be wrong. And Bobby Dahlbeck pops it up. Edwin, you said a really effective against those righties. Ooh, I just unplugged the controller. That's not good. Really effective against the righties on the inner half. But we do the damage. We're up by 2. See if we can close it out. And we have given up the lead. Oh my God, we just blew this game. We just blew. Who blew the save? We ruined a great start from Davis Martin. 6 innings pitch of shutout ball, 10 Ks. Let's see if we can move it to the 10th, though. Let's go to extras, hopefully. Come on, Cam. That's a good spot. Terrible call, my Patoot. That was a great pitch. A great follow-up pitch, too. Nice pitch. All right, Cam, way to send it to extras. Well done. You did your job right there. I don't know if you gave up the runs, but right there you did your job. Come on. And now we're back out there. Cam's back out there. We have the lead. 0 outs. Runner on second, though. We are going to leave Cam Boozer in there for the time being. I think we're going to leave him in there. At least for the next 3 batters, see how it goes. Everyone else, the top of their order is tough against lefties. Very tough against lefties. And that's a soft liner. It's going to be caught by the second baseman. Huge first out. Especially, that was the only righty of the next 3 batters. On to face 2 lefties right here. And Josh Lowe. I hope it's Lowe and not Lau. But Josh Lowe. And who is the other one? Trey Morgan. See if we can get Josh Lowe to chase. Josh Lowe not having a great year, not having a great day so far. See if we can front door this cutter, fool him a little bit. We do not fool him as he bloops it in the outfield. Not bloops it, but a weak grounder up the infield, up the middle of the field, and that's going to tie the game. My goodness. And they're trying to steal second, and that's a well done hit and run for the Rays as he shoots the ball through the hole where the shortstop went to cover second. My goodness. Not looking great here. Next up is Chandler Simpson. We're going to walk him to load the bases, get a force at any base. Force out at any base. Another lefty. Let's see if we can get a
count.
I don't have confidence in a ground ball. They're trying to squeeze, but he luckily fouls it back. If that was a fastball or cutter, that might be game over. That might be a successful squeeze.
That's a ball.
This
Ball, 2 strikes the count.
man, this Tampa Bay Rays team, this lineup has a hard time against the lefties, and Cam Boozer so far being very, very effective. The contact he has allowed, the base hits he has allowed, has been very, very weakly hit, and as that's a fantastic pitch that does not get called for us. This might be Cam's last batter, though. This will for sure be his last batter because we'll be going to the 11th, or the game will be over.
3 balls.
As it's 3-1, we cannot walk him. I refuse to throw a fastball, though.
That's foul.
It's a full count. Bases loaded, tie game in the bottom of the 10th. Cam Boozer to Brett Beatty. And we get him on what would have been ball 4 to send it to extras. Wow, Cam Boozer, that was ballsy. That was risky, but it paid off. Very risky, but it paid off. My goodness. And now it's our turn, potentially. Already with some damage done, Colson Montgomery is going to face Drew Rasmussen with the bases loaded in a tie game. There's 1 out. So we need to stay out of the double play. We need to make sure we score a run here. As he sees the elevated fastball and wants to take it to the outfield. At the very least a sac fly, but he swings and misses. And he is just way excited, the young rookie. Might be a little bit too excited right now for Colson. But now he gets a solid lift on that ball. It's going to go to the center fielder. They're going to attack from third, 80 speed. That is going to be enough to get him home. As the relay, they set up offline, which is bold strategy. Good piece of hitting by Colson Montgomery, even though he went down 0-2. Let's see if Bobby Dahlbeck can find some grass and get another run in. He finds some grass, all right, but it's right in front of his face. As he grounds out, we're going to the bottom of the 11th. And we're going into the game, bottom of the 11th, 1 out. Brett Beatty is on second. Cam Boozer is still out on the hill. He's running out of energy, though. We're going to go to Tyler Gilbert to face these next 2 batters and hopefully get out of this with a W. Strand that guy on second base, hopefully. Pop-up would be huge. Fantastic spot for that cutter up and in. Not so up, but more so in.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
This Rays team loves the small ball. They've already done a hit and run, but he hits that way deep. Is that going to be gone? It is off the wall. Oscar Colas can't come up with a grab, but that is not going to score a run. He had to hold up at second just in case he caught it. And that luckily saves the game for the White Sox right here. I'm going to throw up just in case Caballero decides to try to get that suicide squeeze going on, and that is called a ball for whatever reason. This umpire, was this the umpire that got caught drinking on the job or drinking the morning of? Sorry, 1-2 now as he swings over that cutter on the outside spot. Let's see if we can get him swinging on top of that splitter. Does not happen. Good pitch from Gilbert right there. As he strikes out Caballero. Tampa Bay down to their final out. Bases still juiced. Base hit probably wins this game. No more for a sac fly right here. As he pops it up to left field. And that's game. That is game. What a game. I was going to say come from behind, but that's not what happened. Colson Montgomery, probably player of the game. Actually, player of the game, Davis Martin, who doesn't even get credited with the win because they came back to tie the game. But 6 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, no walks. It's a fantastic start. Just an unreal start for him. A great game to take one take the first game of the series, that is. Diego Montalvo, his potential seems to be coming down, which is not amazing. Let's keep moving forward. As bottom of the ninth, I mean, Mitch Spence, he's our new closer. He's our new closer. See if we can close this out. Tampa Bay's really struggling offensively this year. 28th in baseball. Not who I would have guessed. I feel like no matter what, they can always produce runs. In whatever way. Nice pitch from Mitch Spence there, testing out the curveball down and in. Dots that corner. Let's see if he can get Chandler Simpson to chase up there. That's a little bit non-competitive. I'm going to go with that back foot slider. That's a great spot. That's exactly where we want that. Let's see if we can freeze him. Front door sinker. We don't freeze him. He lines it softly to the third baseman. 4 and out. 2 down. 2 down, runners on. Let's see if Mitch can get out of this. It's a great spot. Another decent spot, just missed under the zone. This Mitch goes 3-0. 3-0 to Taylor Walls as Trey Morgan stands up next, who we don't want to see because he is hitting, what, 417 with runners in scoring position. That is not okay for us. What a take from Taylor Walls. Really good spot. Did not get the call right there. Mitch feels like he's been getting squeezed as Trey Morgan just dribbles it up the middle. They're going to hold him at third, though. Wait, late send. And he throws him out. What a lucky break for the White Sox. That runner stopped at third and then decided he wanted to go right when the center fielder had the ball. What a lucky break for Chicago. Wow. What a lucky break for Chicago right there. That's crazy. What an absolute crazy moment. Unbelievable. As the White Sox take 2 out of 3 from the Tampa Bay Rays, who've fallen to 50 and 53. All right, Diego. Diego signs with us, and we have signed all of our draft picks. Bryce Wilson no longer injured. We're done signing draft picks, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. As the Twins get James Wood from the Nationals. My God. What in the world? What in the absolute world is this? Oh, yeah, my face is a little bit blurry here. Sorry, fam. Is it blurry now? Whatever. If it is, it is. James Wood for Walker Jenkins, who's not doing bad. 20 years old. Emmanuel Rodriguez as well. I mean, I don't know. James Wood could end up being one of the best players in baseball here soon. I don't know if you trade. I don't know. Walker Jenkins could be really good. He's not doing great in AAA though. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. 0 cents. I wouldn't do this trade. I wouldn't do this trade if you're the Nationals. That does not make any sense. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. Let's keep moving. We're now 15 games under 500. This is the last day to trade to sign our picks. And the Dodgers get O'Neal Cruz. My God, there have been some blockbuster trades in this sim so far. O'Neal Cruz having a pretty solid year. Dodgers get it. Dodgers traded away Jackson Ferris, who could be a decent major league arm. Kendall George, who's a decent prospect. I don't know if he's going to be a stud in the making or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Depending on when the Pittsburgh Pirates window is, this could be a decent trade. O'Neal's got 3 years left of team control. This is going to be really good for the Dodgers. And I don't think I do this if I'm the Pirates, man. I think O'Neal Cruz is great. That's crazy, man. That is, jeez. Pirates selling like they would. Trade deadline. I'm just going to double check and make sure we don't have anyone else that we really need to trade. Omar Narvaez, no one's going to take him. I'm going to leave him on the team. It would be so unrealistic if I got something of value from him. For him, I mean. I don't know how Lou Bob is still improving. That's okay, though, in my opinion. He is out for the year. So even if I'm very surprised he's improving his attributes, that kind of blows my mind. Don't really know about that. But that's okay. All right. Contract extensions, though. Do I really want to extend anyone right now? I mean, maybe Drew Thorpe. We could get him for 4 or 5 years, 6 point. Nah, you know what? I'm cool. Colson Montgomery, actually. Have we seen enough from him yet to extend him like long term? I don't think so. He just hasn't done great so far. Jairo Iriarte, 5 games started, 5 losses. Love to see that. Bobby Dahlbeck. Man, there's no one here that I really want to extend. Except for Mitch Spence, my boy. 6 saves, 1 blown save, which is unfortunate. Do I want to extend him? He only wants... I'll up it to... No, I'll up it to 8 for... You know, I'll up it to 10. 10 mil over 5 years, that is fantastic. I will absolutely do that. Austin Martin. You know, he's lined it up at AA. That's something I like to see. Okay, it is we're gonna look at our draft picks and then we will check out the minors. I know we just checked out Austin Martin, but here we go. Oh wait, this is the I can return from the edge of my seat one more day. We got shut out by the Angels, who have the exact same record as us. What a battle of the mid, as you might say. I like this a lot. Kyle Diaz might be the real deal. 95. Actually, let me just move my camera real quick. I'm just going to turn it off for a second. Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to do. Kyle Diaz, 95 potential, 66 overall. Let me know what you think though with the stamina. I think every starter should have like anywhere from 68 to 72, especially when they're in the draft as a starting pitcher. So I may manually just change that. Pablo Sandoval, that won't be a concern. He's a potential 57 overall. I really like the per nines right there. I really like the per nines. That is going to play for sure. Rolando Baroa, I don't like the per nines, and the stamina is fine, but 52 overall, he's got some work to do for sure. Diego Montalvo, he's a project for sure. 79 potential though, could be decent. Robbie Clark, he's kind of a project too, but 85 potential for a reliever, I'll take that. Eldon Weiss, he's a project for sure too. So the only overall that can play like soonish is Kyle Diaz, which is kind of a shame. But I really do like the potential for all these guys, and in 2 to 3 years, we might be seeing guys like Sandoval and Baroa kind of sprinkle their way in. Or probably 4 or so years for Pablo and Baroa. That's kind of a shame, but no, we'll take what we can take. Let's go ahead and go see. Oh, let me go see who. I'm curious to see everyone else's draft actually now. I forgot who has the guy that we wanted. Or Zach Hogue. He is an A potential. A potential. Man, 2nd round, though. I don't know. Maybe he could have been worth it. He's going to be a great fielder. Sam Campos. That's who we, I think, actually wanted. Or maybe one of the dudes who we thought was going to be good. Diego Estrella. Man, he looks like he's going to have great power. KC, I like their draft. Especially the top end talent. Not bad. Orlando Castro. Not great. Oh, Ruari Warner. I'm glad we didn't take him. Eric Huerta. We scouted him for a little bit. He is Not amazing, not really great at anything. Chris Perez, who I said I didn't want, I still really don't want him, but 85 overall, that's not bad. Especially, or 85 potential. 72 overall is what's really good about him, though. Anthony Fong, I considered taking him over the other reliever we have. And as a matter of fact, I think I would have rather taken him. Unfortunate for us, but okay. Joaquin Worth, our boy, his actual potential way or lower than his scouted potential, which is unfortunate for the guys who drafted him, which were the A's. Seattle getting a shortstop and a good pitcher. Otherwise, their draft was pretty rough. There's nothing crazy here. Mikey Brown for the Braves, a really good reliever. Got to remember that. 22-year-old reliever, 94 potential. William Nah. I'm glad I said nah to drafting him. Ozzie Castro, 88 potential. There's not too many crazy like A potential dudes. These guys are so far away. Like Campaneris is 57 overall, 87 potential, 87 potential for Reggie Landrum, 64 overall, which is like, that's the best option. But I would still say like 64 overall on a competitive team is still like 2-3 years away, assuming you go like +4 every year. Lamar Douglas, he looks pretty good though. Horrible fielder, good power, man. Richie Wynn, who we were gonna take, man, I really wish he would have fell to us. He looks like he might have been the best pick of the draft. My God. Ah, dude, this is painful. 95 potential, 68 overall. Just a really, really well-balanced bat. And I don't know if he's a third baseman moving forward, but oh man, that bat looks like it's going to be really good. That is unfortunate. He might be the best hitter in baseball here out of this class for sure. That is just, oh man, that's brutal. That is very, very brutal. Ricky Tuttle, Tim Bravo. He was I take my exact words back. He's the best hitter available, and he was the #1 pick. He fell to 4, which is nuts. He should not have fallen that far. And the Rockies get a pitcher as well, a potential pitcher. I don't think he's going to be very good. The rest of their draft isn't very good. Maybe this reliever is going to be okay, but man, the top end of their talent is really good. LA had a really bad draft. Wow, that might be the worst draft. That might be the worst draft of the, no, never mind. The Giants is. That's a bad draft as well. Corey Gregory, we actually looked at him. Boston, nothing crazy. The Yankees got a couple decent guys who are very far away. And Joe Watts, oh my God, that's the dude we kind of wanted. He looks like he's going to be pretty good. Pretty good. But we had a very good draft. Not gonna lie, I like our draft. We got some pitchers. We got some. We got a couple decent position players. Nothing to write home about, but they can make it their way onto the team eventually. Let's go take a look at the top prospects. Who's up there? Noah Schultz at AAA. 4 games started, just absolutely shoving. The walks might be a little bit of a concern. The strikeouts are a little bit low, but man, he's still shoving. 0.5 WAR. Is Hagen Smith still popping off at AA? He is. Wowzers. I promise I'm going to try to stop saying wowzers, but today is not the day. Braden Montgomery's finally starting to turn it around a little bit. 726 OPS. That is good to see. Excuse me. Edgar Cuero. All right. It looks like he's starting to hit a little bit. 785 OPS in AA. Kyle Teal is really moving up the board. 886 at AA. He can play the outfield too, and it looks like his speed might be good enough to play the outfield. So we might have a situation on our hands. His attributes, though, are not really improving against lefties, which could be a little bit of a concern. I don't know if he's going to be a catcher for us. He might be an outfielder for us. Let's go 20 by organization. Grant Taylor, he's improving a decent amount. He's going high. So Schultz, Smith, and Taylor could be a decent top 3 for us. Sean Burke, Jake Eater, a bunch of these C potential dudes. And then it falls off a pretty big cliff going to these D potential dudes who should not be top prospects. Chase Madroth, not doing amazing. Let's go make sure everyone's hitting where they should be in the lineups and everything. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay, perfect. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. 46 and 64. I think we might make the I mean, we're pretty bad. We're pretty bad. We got really not much to look forward to. I think I'm going to make the custom game situations a little bit more scarce for the rest of the year. Maybe earliest inning we play for players is the 8th, and we go very high for very high 9th inning for the rest. And let's get through this. Maybe we'll get through the rest of this season for sure, and depending on how much time we have left or how long I've been live, maybe we go to the off season. We'll see what happens. Jack Cushing no longer injured. Perfect. Well, if we keep going that quickly, maybe we will get through the offseason. As it is the bottom of the 9th, we got a chance to walk it off, or at least tie the game. Hopefully tie the game. And now we're 27th in runs. That's how fast we've fallen off. As my camera is now not blurry. I guess it was blurry. I know it was blurry now because it's super clear comparatively. Come on, Matt. Matt, that's a decent swing from my boy. A little bit under it, a little bit on the late side. But that's a good try. Good try to find some grass out there in the outfield in between the left and right fielder. Josh Rojas. Have a day, sir. 4 for 4. Can we make it 5 for 5? Maybe take a walk even? That's not a strike. That's okay, it is a strike. Okay, it is a strike. That's a good take, though. Slide step. He's afraid of the steal. 83 speed. 54 speed. 54 steal. You know what? We're going to go. As he just ignores my signal. And now he's going to ground out into a double play to end the game. Who was on first? Who was that? Because that is a horrible, horrible miss. He just ignored my steal sign. Just ignored it. Horrible. Pathetic. Let's keep moving along. As we have the chance to, let's break this wide open. Scoreless in the 9th up against the Royals. Their pitching staff is legit, though. 9th in ERA this year. Come on, Oscar. Do we sell out for a fastball here, or do we take till we get a strike? Is that a strike or not? I don't know. That's close. I mean, it could have gone either way, but that's a good pitch to not swing at for your first pitch. Come on, Oscar. And we're a bit late on that. Wow, that was right down the middle. Right down the middle. I think he was looking for something else. What do you think? On Oscar? That's what he was looking for the second pitch. He just missed it. Come on, Oscar. Way to lunge. Way to hang. Thought he might try to backdoor him with something. Come on, Oscar. Find a hole. Find a hole. That's not going to find a hole as Vinny gathers it, touches first, and scoreless going into the bottom of the 9th. Where Kansas City walks it off. On a Bobby Witt solo shot. Who would have seen that coming? All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. BRB. had to turn the heat down or the AC on. It was Jonathan Cannon dislocated shoulder, and he's done for the season. Dang, that is unfortunate. Now let's just keep it rolling. Nick Maton inflamed hip. I mean, and we all of a sudden are struggling. We're limping into September. Would this be a good time for Noah Schultz making his debut? I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it is. I mean, he is lighting it up at AAA. He's 6'9" too. We're doing it. Actually, no, we're not. He's 6 starts. I mean, I don't know. No, we're gonna let him stay in AAA. Owen White, we're gonna add him to the 40-man. We're gonna call him up. He's gonna fill in the spot. There we go. Ben Murphy's had a good year. Prelander Baroa has not been bad either, actually. Uriarte 7 starts, 7 losses. I don't know if it's gonna work out for him, guys. I don't know. You know what? You know what? No, we're gonna keep it as is. I don't want to call him up yet. It doesn't really make any sense. We're gonna keep Drew Thorpe active. We're gonna fix that rotation. Shin contusion, keep active. My God, everyone's falling apart in August. The dog days of summer. Really dog days of summer as we're just rolling right along here, which is great. Dominic Fletcher up against Lucas Urseg. We're facing up against the Royals again, except we're at home this time, which is nice. Come on, Fletcher. Up against Urseg. We're down 1. We need a deep fly ball to tie it. That would have been a great pitch to do it on. Just a little bit out in front. Saw that very, very well, though. Come on, Dominic. Good take.
1-1.
Good take, sir. Good take. Come on, Dominic. Let's make it happen. That's a fantastic... That's a solid fastball, but it was right down the middle. We're going to try. 48 speed. We're going to try to tie it up from... And we just make it in. Just make it in on time. Tie game 3-3. Let's see if Lennon Sosa can maybe keep it rolling, give us a chance to walk this thing off and not have to go to extras. That'd be fantastic. Oh my God, we almost get a good piece of it. It sounded great, but it's just in off the hands a little bit too much. Good timing. Took a little off of that fastball. We end up winning it, though. I think Andrew Vaughn might have walked it off. That's fantastic. That's very, very good. Very solid. Very, very solid. You know what I think? I think we might just... Do we sim the rest of the year? Do we just sim the rest of the year and go through the off season and get ready for 2026? Nah, we'll play a couple moments. Edgar Cuero, lat strain. Now we're almost finished anyway. We'll probably play like what, 4 more moments as we need to call up a couple dudes from the 40-man. Steven Wilson, let's call him back up. He's in single A. Brooks Lee, how's he doing? I was about to freak out for a second because I almost thought I didn't put him in the lineup. Joey Loperfido, how's he doing? Not amazing. Austin Martin, is he still doing very well? He's still doing pretty well. Justin Anderson, we need a position player up to the majors. All right, let's Jordan Sprinkle, maybe Wes Cath. Who's in double A that we can call up? It sucks seeing the snowflakes next to our big prospects. That sucks a lot. Miguel Vargas has had a decent year. That's good to see. Terrell Tatum. You know what? You're coming up, buddy. You are coming up. Get ready, sir. Mitch Spence, can you add to your like really, really good closer resume? You've had a really, really strong season since coming over. Are you going to be our closer moving forward, though? That is the question. We're going up against Ahmed Rosario. We give him a swing and miss at the second pitch. Let's see if he swings and misses that too. He doesn't. He just takes it for strike 3, which is fantastic. One more out to go for Mitch. Let's start him off with a sinker inside. See if he takes it. He does not take it, but he gets jammed a little bit. Same tunnel with a cutter. Fantastic. He just hits it on a soft liner to first base, and that's a W. Mitch Spence doing work. Drew Thorpe, a good start. 3 hits, no walks, 4 Ks, and 2 earned runs. It's not a bad start. Holding the Twins to 2 runs. Take that. We'll take that for sure. Absolutely take that. Oscar Colas out for a few days. We'll keep him active. Everyone's just falling apart. Edgar Cuero no longer injured. Let's make sure everyone there is playing the way I want them to play. Definitely want Cuero to be playing. I really like how he's improving too. I think he's gonna be our catcher next year, maybe. Unless there's like a stopgap for free agency. Let's keep simming through. Let's keep it a tie game. Tyler Gilbert on the bump, bottom of the 10th. 2 outs. We need 1 more out to send it to the next inning. Can we do it? Can we do it?
No, inside.
That ump said no really loud. Like my feelings are hurt a little bit. That's a good pitch. Colson Montgomery is going to gather it, go to first. Easy out. Easy out. Well done. We're going to return to simulating, and now we're back to pitch, back to hopefully end this game. We're up by 1. Mitch Spence in to close it out for us.
Oh, that's inside.
Parker Meadows takes the first pitch, up and in cutter. As Parker Meadows is going to ground it to third, he gathers
He's out.
on the first for out number 2, up by 1 still. Mitch Spence getting a lot of just soft contact, just jamming dudes.
1-0.
Raspberry jamming dudes. I thought the only dude who used raspberry was Lone Star. As another jam shot, this time to left field, was in danger of dropping in front of the fielder, but he gathers it. I think that was Don Fletcher. We get the dub. 13 hits, 6 runs, 1 error. Tyler Gilbert gets the win. Anthony Bender gets the loss. Good game from your White Sox. As we are in danger of losing 100 games, which could be, kind of okay for being real. We are the worst team in the American League. Are we going to be the worst team in baseball? We are not. That belongs to the Rockies thus far. But who knows what could happen. Colas is no longer injured. Jolks needs a triple to hit for the cycle. I say we say screw that and let's hit another bomb instead. That's what I say. I don't know if you'd agree with me or not, but that's what I say. Corey Jolks, come on. Up by 5 against the Tigers. Let's at least extend it. Oh my God, I think Corey's mouth started to water, and that got in the way of his swing right there, because I believe he swung out of his shoes for that. He still went 3 for 5 with a bomb. Still a solid day. Bobby Dahlbeck with a homer. You love to see that. Drew Thorpe, he's going to go on the 15-day IL, that is. With an inflamed hip, I think that's what it said. Prelander, Baroa. Let's see if Oh, finally! Iriarte has a dub, has a win, 1-9 in 11 starts. What's his FIP? His FIP is 5.61. Now that's not a good FIP, but he has gotten a little bit unlucky. I mean, I think all of our FIPs might be a little bit below or above our ERA, or below our ERA, because we're really bad on defense, and that's what would happen. All right, we need to add someone to the roster. Sean Burke, I choose you. Let's get through this season. We're almost there. Ryan Burrows. You know what? We're just going to simulate to the end of the game. White Sox have 29 players. We're going to send Sean Burke back down wherever you are. There we go. Adam Hackenberg. 60-day IL. My God. Okay. You know what? Bobby Dahlbeck is starting to turn on. He's got 2 homers on the day. Let's see if we can make it 3. Let's see if we can make it 3. I hope so. That'd be solid. Bobby in New York. Let's make it happen. Oh my God, that looks so good. Marcus Stroman's the dude to do it against too. But that is not going to be what happens here. We're just going to simulate to the end. End of the game. We get the dub though. 1 hitter. Owen White with a 1 hitter. 6 innings of 1-hit ball. That is incredible. As Lennon Sosa has a 10-game hitting streak, let's see if we can extend it to 11 against Garrett Cole, who in real life would not be pitching this moment because he's out with Tommy John. Or was it the internal brace? Well, it's a variation of Tommy John anyway, so come on. Good take. Come on, Lennon. 10-game hit or 11-game hitting streak, still hitting only 240, which is unfortunate. Oh my God, we're all over it, just a little bit late. High fly ball. That could have been an amazing hit, but that's okay. That is quite okay. We dropped this one to the Yankees. We are very, very close to being safe from 100 losses. Couple more games. We need 1 more win or 2 more wins to be safe from 100 losses. Come on, let's get a dub here. Mitch, come on, man. We need this game. We need this game bad. We need it bad. Please. Please help us. Help us win this game, man. Sacrifice bunt. Don't like that. Let's go up and in with the cutter. Or at least up, I should say. Maybe he pops it up. He just stayed there, let it hit him. Come on, Darren. I thought better of you than that. As we're pretty much safe from it with 2 strikes. That's how you defend against the bunt as a pitcher. That's going to be a grounder to first. Can that be a double play? 84 speed. Going to be tough to double him up, but we do. We do double him up. That is fantastic. Stone Garrett up next with 2 outs. Can we close this out? 1 more out to go. And we get the W, and we're 1 away from not having a 100 loss season. I mean, another great pitch, man. I'm a big fan of Mitch Spence. Big fan. It's almost a fantastic pitch. As we're gonna front door cutter at the knees, see if he freezes him. Does not freeze him. It got too much of the plate. Way too much of the plate. Right down the middle, actually. That's a great pitch right there. Ties him up on the down and in corner. Mitch Spence and the White Sox get the dub. 1 more win. We need 63 wins to avoid the 100 loss season. Mitch Spence with 17 saves on the year. What a year. As the Nationals are 63 and 97. We almost need to lose to them. We want a higher draft pick. as we do lose to them, we will get a higher draft pick, but we would love a win here. And we failed to avoid the 100-loss season, unfortunately. Man, hey, that's improvement though. If we go look, or wherever I can find it, GM goals well, it doesn't show last year IRL here, but we won 41 games last year. We increased it to 20. We did a great job of getting some sort of value from our aging players. We got rid of the Benintendi contract. This was huge. We did this without Luis Robert. We did it without him. He didn't make it past the first couple innings of opening day. Let's just take a look and run down what we saw from this team. Josh Rojas, 222 average, 607 OPS, 0.2 WAR. He should be in the minors. Andrew Vaughn, 15 bombs, 225 average, 659 OPS, -0.9 WAR. Should be in the minors. Colson Montgomery. If this was a great team, if this was a competitive team, we probably would have not seen him up at the bigs with these attributes. However, he's still improved. You know, you'd like to see a little bit more improvement against lefties, but solid fielder, solid improvement against righties. I don't know if he's going to start out on the big club next year. 16 homers, 41 walks, 17 doubles, 232 average, 657 OPS, -0.5 WAR. We probably should have sent him down. We probably should have sent him down in the first couple months, but he started to turn things around. Ended up with 16 homers. He was decent down the stretch, 755 OPS. So he does have what it takes to be a major leaguer right now. But do we do that next year? Do we let him start in AAA? Bobby Dahlbeck, 12 homers. He was sent down for hitting him under 200. He came back up and hit under 200 as well, OPSing under 600. He should have been in the minors, -1.9. But we have to have some people to play. We had to give the fans a little something to look forward to. That's why we had Colson Montgomery up. Brooks Baldwin, not bad. Well, yeah, kind of bad. 653 OPS. 24 years old, though. Switch hitter, -0.2 WAR. I mean, he belongs in AA probably, if we're being honest. Corey Julks, really bad too. Do we have anyone OPSing over 700? I don't think so. Not so far. Dominic Fletcher, we called him up. OPS exactly 600. Dude's jacked though, so that's good. Lennon Sosa, OPS of 623. Matt Tice, OPS of 610. Realistically, like, that's crazy that we even did this well. Oscar Colas, they did call up Joey Loperfido. I like how he improved though. I do like how he improved. He definitely will start out in the minors. We might be Brian Ramos, same thing. His OPS was over 1400, but that is with 11 ABs. 3 doubles and 11 ABs, 6 hits. That's impressive. Maybe he starts off on the big club next year. Let me know what you think we should do. Brooks Lee, I hate that he went down against lefties. Would love to see him improve more. I wonder what his potential is. Let's go look at the top prospects, though. Walker Jenkins, and now a national, traded for James Wood. That's insane. Noah Schultz, number 7. He might start out at the big. I think he will start out at the bigs next year. Noah Schultz, going to be a rookie of the year pick. Hagen Smith, maybe? I think we start out Hagen Smith in AAA and just see what he does. I think that's what we do. Braden Montgomery really shot up this list. Or did he? No, I'm thinking of Cuero. But I do like how he improved against righties. I like the contact against lefties improvement. I think he's still maybe starting in AA next year. I do, just until we see a lot more. I think at the very least, Cuero is going to start in AAA. If not starting year on the major league squad. I think he might be taking like a Colson Montgomery path. We'll see what happens in free agency. I'm not sure what we want to do there. Where's Kyle Teal? I think he was up higher. Now he fell a little bit. Kyle Teal, I really wish he would have popped off a little bit more. Hitting stats are just not there right now. I don't know what we do with him. I mean, he's definitely starting the year in the minors. I like his value for sure. Let's see. Let's sort by potential. Kyle Teal's potential is higher than Montgomery's, higher than Cuero's. Lubov's potential is not that great. It's 86. That's interesting. Let's see. Griff O'Farrell. I like how he improved. He's starting in the minors for sure. Grant Taylor, starting in the minors. Bobby Dahlbeck. Nah, whatever. Mitch Spence. I love what Mitch Spence did with the team. Although he did have 4 blown saves that we did not see, but still, like, that's a decent year. Decent year when you're 67 overall, 26 years old. FIP of 332. I mean, not terrible. He could be a long-term plan. Chase Maydroth. Decent improvement. Drew Thorpe. I forgot to, we should go look at the rotation. Yeah, let's do that. Davis Martin. Turned into our ace. He was not very good. 5.67 ERA. 4.91 FIP. That's going to be a common theme. You're going to see that. Owen White. 4.58 ERA. 1.3 WHIP. 5.59 FIP. Okay, that FIP is higher than ERA, but look at the not a high enough sample size, I will say. Drew Thorpe, 150 innings. 7-11. That's not terrible considering what this team was. A 1.29 WHIP, 4.49 ERA, 4.30 FIP. So comparable. Maybe I'm wrong. Jairo Iriarte. His ERA did come down. He started off 0-7 and 7 starts. Recent games, though, in his last 10 games started, 1-4 with a 4.34 ERA. The walks were a bit of an issue. 44 walks and 70 innings pitched. That's not very cash money, as Daddy Dimmu would say. FIP is 4.66. Bryce Wilson, he was actually very good for us. Wow, 2.95 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. FIP is 4.22. So I was wrong on that. My bad. Penn Murphy, he ended up being stuck in the long relief position. Not amazing, but not horrible. 18 saves, 3 blown saves. Sean Burke, 10 innings, not much sample size there. Prelander Baroa, not bad. Walks an issue once again. Very, very high WHIP. FIP is a little bit higher than the ERA. Cam Boozer, decent lefty. I really like pitching with him too. Like, he's got some good stuff. Cutter sweeper, 4-seam. They all tunnel very, very decently. At least the 4-seam cutter, obviously. I sound like such a nerd. Karen Jack, horrible. Maybe not horrible, but pretty rough. WHIP or ERA and WHIP is very, very high. The FIP is high. Dan Altavilla, though, D potential. I could have sworn he was B potential. It's my cognitive decline, like I said. And finally, Mitch Spence. Let's go to the IL because I think we'll see Cannon on there. He was actually doing very well. He was doing very, very well. 4.3 FIP. Chase Maydroth, torn Achilles. Yikes. He should be hopefully back soon. Lubov still improved. I didn't know you could still improve while being on the IL. That's interesting. Do we trade him next year if he pops off? He's got such a team-friendly deal for the next 2 years, but I don't think that's our window. Well, let's look at our depth chart. What do we work on for next year? Let me just move my camera down here for a second. We're 30th. Well, I'm not blocking it. Or I will be blocking it. We're still 30th overall, 23rd speed, 30th contact, 29th power, 29th pitching, 29th defense. So I'm just going to spitball maybe like an off-season plan here. I think if we go after any big free agents, they're going to have to be on the younger side. if we want to sign them for longer than like 4 or 5 years. They're going to have to be on the younger side. They're going to have to be within our window. I don't know how many we're going to do, how many we're going to sign. The game plan is that we're going to, every position is going to be up for grabs. We're going to be looking at every position. Maybe not catcher, actually. Center fielder, catcher, maybe not. I do think we're going to start off Colson Montgomery in AAA. I do think we maybe get a really good backup catcher, just because I wouldn't mind starting out Edgar Cuero on the major league club, but then if he doesn't do well, I'd like to have someone to fall back on, and someone we could fall back on and also trade at the deadline. So I don't know how many long-term deals we're going to sign, we're going to offer, but we're going to look at a lot of like 1 to 2 year deals with dudes who are good and who will be valuable at the deadline, because we need to trade our way to some good players, some good success. That's what we're going to do this offseason. And I think, I do think I think we're going to end the episode there. I think we're going to end the stream here. Let me know in the comments what you think we should do. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching the edited version, appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up if you do enjoy. Consider subscribing if you want to see more. And if you're watching the stream after the fact, I'd love to have your board. Make sure to subscribe to not miss a stream. We're going to do these every Sunday for the foreseeable future, unless something comes up. And hit like if you like the stream. Would love to have you aboard. And let me know who we should go after this offseason. I'm going to make sure we save this to 2 files. We're going to make sure we have 2 save files, because that's just how I roll. That is just how I roll. We're going to make sure another one, September 29th. We're going to save that over to the 26th. Perfect. Now we got 2 save files. So let me know what you think. We'll be back next weekend at the very latest. Maybe sometime during the week. Who knows? Maybe even sometime tonight with some Diamond Dynasty action if I feel crazy. But anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking me out. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.